Thou shalt from henceforth have no passage into Cilicia and Phoenix. Then the king wrote back again to Thiomas, the story writer, the Belteshazzar, and Shemelius, the scribe, and to the rest that were in commission and dwellers in Samaria, that's northern Israel, and Syria and Phoenix, after this matter. This is what he wrote. I have read the epistle which ye have sent unto me. I read what you said. Therefore I command to make diligent search. And it had been found that that city was from the beginning practicing against kings. And the men therein were given to rebellion and war. And that mighty kings and fierce were in Jerusalem, who reigned and exacted tributes in Cilicia and Phoenix. Now therefore I have commanded to hinder those men that building from, and now therefore I have commanded to hinder those men from building the city, and heed to be taken that there be no more done in it. Stop the building of the city and the temples. And that those wicked workers proceed no further to the annoyance of kings. Then King Artaxerxes, his letters being read, Thiomas and Shemelius the scribe and the rest that were in commission with them, removing in haste toward Jerusalem with a troop of horsemen and a multitude of people in battle array, began to hinder the builders. And the building of the temple in Jerusalem ceased until the 2nd year of the reign of Darius, king of the Persians. So they stopped the building of the temples behind what these wicked suckers had told the king until the 2nd year of Darius, who we read about, who, after they made the decree, what the man said he wanted. Now this went on. So now, hey, the man said, hey, let's make us. He thinking, I was gonna say, he's thinking, wow, man, okay, we gotta get our city back. So he came up with, hey, let's come up with a sentence, and the king gonna give us this. And you see what he said once he won, saying women and the truth is more powerful. The truth and the women is more powerful than anything. He desired that King Darius build our city and our temples back. And you see what the decree was. We already read what the decree was. All that they said, null and void. From what him winning the victory, Zerubbabel winning the victory, and now they building the temple. He didn't care nothing about himself. That's what this is about. This is about our nation. That's what's important. That's why we reading about it. That's why it's here in the book. Look, let's go back to 1 Ezra, the 4th chapter. Let's look at verse 53. And that all they that went from Babylon to build the city should have free liberty. I mean, they're going to have freedom. Nobody should bother them. As well they as their posterity and all the priests that went away. But they stopped us for the 1st year. 2nd year, everything changed. When Zerubbabel came up with this idea, man. And you see what he wanted? He didn't care about all that he was going to get for himself. That's why you look at that somebody that's prideful be trying to get everything they can get. Because he said, I'm going to give you all the things y'all appointed and then some. Whatever you want. Just what he wanted. To get us back our city and our temple. To worship the Most High. Yes. He wrote also concerning the charges and the priest's vestment, that's the garments wherein they minister, and likewise for the charges of the Levites to be given them until the day that the house were finished and Jerusalem builded up. And he commanded to give to all that kept the city pensions and wages. Pay them salary. He sent away also all the vessels from Babylon that Cyrus had set apart. and all that Cyrus had given in commandment, the same charge he also to be done, and sent unto Jerusalem. Now when this young man was gone forth, he lifted up his face to heaven toward Jerusalem, and praised the King of heaven. He lifted his face toward the east, toward Jerusalem, and praised the Most High, and said, from thee cometh victory. From thee gave the glory to the Most High, not to himself. And that's why we look at people praise you for doing this and doing that and doing that. You got to give the praise to the Most High. You see what he did? He gave the praise to the Most High for getting the victory. To have their minds to say, yeah, this is another nation. They don't know about the power of the Most High. He only know us. But you hear what they said? He knew that the Most High reigned in the power, reigned in the kingdom of men, and give it to whoever he want to, even the basis of men. He knew that. He said it. So here he is. Once he won and see that everything that he wanted in his moves that he made to get this done was done, he gave glory to the Most High power of heaven. Like, you better be giving glory to the Most High for everything, regardless of whatever you go through. And said, from thee cometh victory. Hear that? From the Most High comes victory. From thee cometh wisdom, and thine is the glory, and I am thy servant. Blessed art thou who has given me wisdom, for to thee I give thanks, O Most High of our fathers. He said he gave the glory to the Most High that gave him the wisdom, the proper application to be able to know how to write out what's the most powerful. First one said what? Wine. Next one said the king. Next one said women, the strongest, and the truth last. So he won because he said women, but he said the truth is greater than everything, and he won. And all the ones that don't even know the Most High say, hey, the truth, the power, the Most High power of truth. The Most High is the power that wrote the truth, which is the laws of the Most High, with his finger, the work of the Most High. Even they had enough sense to know this. But these people that we under now, that's why you read about. We just read about it in Obadiah the 10th verse. It said they're going to be cut off forever because they're not going to acknowledge the Most High. They don't know the Most High. Wisdom Psalm 5 and 7 said they're going to say, when salvation is coming on the earth, we wear ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. We have gone through deserts where they lay no way. Yeah, but as for the way of the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua, we have not known it. That's from now to the time that salvation come on this earth. When the Most High going to bring righteousness on this earth, they don't know the Most High. Ain't going to happen in our time. He already said what the future going to be. Listen, back to the Persian and Mede Empire. It says, let me read it again, verse 58. Now when this young man, very intelligent young man, was gone forth, he lifted up his face to heaven toward Jerusalem and praised the King of heaven, praised the Most High, and said, from thee cometh victory. From thee cometh wisdom. From the Most High cometh the victory. From the Most High comes this wisdom. And thine is the glory, and I am thy servant. Blessed art thou who hast given me wisdom, for to thee I give thanks. Thank you, Most High. O Most High of our fathers. Who's that? The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Syrian, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. Y'all should know them tribes just like that. Y'all Israelites, you should be able to name them just like that, just like you can name whatever else you can name. You sing songs, you remember this, you remember that, you remember that. You don't even know your own nation. When did my secretary come back? Just name the tribes as fast as you can. Better not make no mistake. Come on to the kingdom. And you can't even name all 12 tribes, your own nation. I'm talking to Israelites. Come on, take the time to do that. Take the time to learn the Most High's feast days as they come in order too. Or the days that we're going to celebrate. In between the times that the Most High have his feast days. Come on, y'all. Now when this young man was gone forth, he lifted up his face to heaven toward Jerusalem and praised the King of heaven, praised the Most High Power, and said, from thee cometh victory, from thee cometh wisdom, and thine is the glory, and I am thy servant. Blessed art thou who hast given me wisdom, for to thee I give thanks, O Most High Power of our fathers, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And so he took the letters and went out and came unto Babylon and told it all his brethren. Yeah, that told it all his brothers that's of the Israelites. And they praised the power of their fathers because he had given them freedom and liberty to go up and to build Jerusalem and the temple, which is called by his name. And they feasted with instruments of music and gladness 7 days. Hear that? So we had music. We feasted, partying, just having a good time. They built a temple, say, which is called by his name, and they feasted with instruments of music and gladness 7 days, a whole week. Y'all waiting for a Halloween celebration of the devil right now. Y'all gotta be out of your own mind. But hey, that's what you're doing. We just went through a Day of Atonement, getting ready for the Feast of Tabernacles, 7 days. You see? Not no 1 day, 7 days. Come on. Let's keep on going. First Ezra's 5th chapter. After this were the principal men of the families chosen according to their tribes, to go up with their wives and sons and daughters, with their men servants and maid servants and their cattle. And Darius sent with them 1,000 horsemen, till they had brought them back to Jerusalem safely, and with musical instruments, tabras, and flutes. So they party and have it. You're not playing no music if you ain't having a good time now. You know, with skill in music. But they had musical instruments, tablets, and flutes. And all their brethren played, and he made them go up together with them. And these are the names of the men which went up according to their families among their tribes after their several heads, you see? And he started naming them all. Going up to Jerusalem. It's powerful, man. You keep reading on it all throughout, all the way down to verse 34. You see? Verse 35, all the ministers of the temple and the sons of the servants of Solomon were 372. These came up from Thermeleth and the Lursus, Carathiala, leading them, and Alar. Neither could they show their families nor their stock, how they were of Israel. The sons of Ladan, the son of Ban, the sons of Nicodon, 652. See, they couldn't even show that they were Israelites. But the Protestants took this out of the Bible, these 14 books out of the Bible, and if we talk about Ezra giving the whole account of what we went through getting the Bible back. Most I gave him 204 books. You know, we only have 80. I say predominantly everyone has 66. But these 14 books were taken out, and it was given back through Ezra. 204 books. 124 more books than what the normal person have. You see? This is powerful. But we got our temple back under the Persian and Medes Empire. But you see what the Edomites did? They burnt the temples down, so we had to build them all over again. Look at Okay, let's start where we at now. In the 47th verse, it says, "But when the 7th month was at hand," 7th month, "and when the children of Israel were every man in his own place, they came all together with one consent into the open place of the first gate, which is toward the east." Now let me show you how you Protestants are, you religious people. Y'all don't know the Bible. Y'all took it out, but it should be right in here with the rest of the Bible that y'all have no clue of in how it goes together. Let's look, see what it says here. In verse 47, "But when the 7th month was at hand," that's the 7th month, first day of the 7th month, "and when the children of Israel were every man in his own place, they came all together with one consent into the open place of the first gate, which is toward the east," right? Okay, now look. Now, we're going to go to Nehemiah, the 8th chapter, because Nehemiah and Ezra was hung together. See what I'm saying? So Nehemiah, the 8th chapter, says, "And all the people gathered themselves together as one man into the street teaching that was before the water gate," as we see it in the Apocrypha here. "And they spake unto Ezra the scribe to bring the book of the law of Moses, which the Most High had commanded to Israel," not to anyone else, but the law of Moses that Moses gave to us through the Most High, that the Most High commanded to Israel to follow his laws, right? "And Ezra the priest brought the law before the congregation, both of men and women, and all that could hear with understanding, upon the first day of the 7th month." You see how it's going together? Y'all say it's not canon. It's not real. It ain't genuine. Let's read it again. Verse Ezra 5 and 47. "But when the 7th month was at hand, and when the children of Israel were every man in his own place, they came all together," as we see they came into the street, "with one consent into the open place of the first gate, which is toward the east. Then stood up Yahushua, the son of Joseph, and his brethren, the priests, and Zerubbabel, the son of Solathiel, and his brethren, and made ready the altar of the Most High Power of Israel, to offer burnt sacrifices upon it, according as it is expressly commanded in the book of Moses, the man of the Most High." So that's in the temple, right? So this is what they did on this 7th month, on the first day. Going back to Nehemiah, the 8th chapter, this is street teaching. This is what street teaching is supposed to be about, first and foremost. They asked Ezra, the scribe, to bring forth the law of Moses. The laws, the moral laws, the civil laws, the dietary laws, the ceremonial laws, and the sacrificial laws. Verse 3 of Nehemiah 8, chapter 13. "And he read and went therein before the street that was before the water gate from the morning until midday." Some of you can't even go past an hour of dealing with this word. "Before the men and the women, and those that could understand. And the ears of all the people were attentive unto the book of the law." You hear that? The people's ears were attentive to the book of the law. That's what they brought forth. Where is street teaching? "And Ezra the scribe stood upon a pulpit of wood above everyone, which they had made for the purpose. And beside him stood Matthiah and Shema and Ananiah and Urijah and Hilkiah and Maaseiah on his right hand and on his left hand." Mind you, they in the temple getting prepared for what they're going to deal with for the sacrifice in the temple. "And on his left hand, Pedaiah and Mishael and Machiah and Hashem and Hashbadana, Zechariah and Meshullam. And Ezra opened the book in the sight of all the people, for he was above all the people." He was up on his pulpit, this platform, in other words, above the people. "And when he opened it, all the people stood up. And Ezra blessed the Most High with great power. And all the people answered." I'm not saying that. They ain't say that. They added that in there. I told you that's Zeus' last name. And they got you saying it, so therefore you're going to say it. Y'all going to repeat just what they say do. Because y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of pulpits. Y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of robots and robotees. So it says, with lifting up their hands, and they bowed their heads and worshiped the Most High Power with their faces to the ground. They had their hands up in the air, they had their heads down, worshiping the Most High. Also, Jesua and Benai and Sherebiah, Jamin, Ukim, Shabbathiah, all these men on this platform. Hodijah, Maashiah, above the people. Kelatiah, Azariah, Jozabad, Hannah, Peliah, and the Levites caused the people to understand the law. This street teaching. They caused the people to understand the law of the Most High. You think the Most High wrote these laws with his finger, the work of the Most High, and you're going to say it's null and void. Something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. And something wrong with y'all, anyone that's saying that. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of living power. You saying all, you always say, is his working void of no account? That's what you're saying. You better hear what he's saying. Caused the people to understand the law. And the people stood in their place. So they read in the book and the law of the Most High distinctly and gave the sense. They read, one read, and one gave the understanding. And caused them to understand the reading. Caused them to understand the reading. And Nehemiah, which is the Tishata, and Ezra the priest, the scribe, and the Levites that taught the people, said unto all the people, this day is holy unto the Most High your power. This is the day of the blowing of the trumpets and the new month, the first day of the month, which is called the new moon now. This day is holy unto the Most High your power. Mourn not. You're supposed to be mourning, nor weep. Don't be crying. They start crying. When you can think about it. They start hearing the law. And oh, wow, I didn't know this. Like, I've seen people, they done broke down. Gangsters, hardcore cats, broke down crying when they realized how they were wrong in what they were dealing with in life. And repented. Most of any of y'all, probably. Hardcore, supposed to be hardcore. They broke down crying, asking the Most High to forgive them. That's what you see here. Only this, he tell them, hey, this ain't a time to mourn. This is a time to rejoice, to be happy. Because it's a holy day of the Most High. The new month. The first day of the month. But they don't know because they don't know the law. Just like a lot of y'all don't know the law. You say, mourn not, nor weep. For all the people wept. See, they crying. Why they crying? Because they know they had done wrong. They hearing the law. Wow, they know that was in the law. I ain't know we supposed to do that. I ain't know we supposed to eat no pork and shrimp and crab and lobster. I don't see people just flip out over that. Hearing that. You know, man not supposed to be with a man. Woman not supposed to be with a woman. Well, that's how the world is now. I thought it was okay. You got to follow the way of the world. Follow your heart. Follow your... No, the heart deceivable above all things and desperately wicked. Who could know it? Most I know what you think. Listen. When they heard the words of the law. Hear that? For all the people wept when they heard the words of the law that came from the finger of the Most High. Written by the finger of the Most High, the works of the Most High. Then he said unto them, go your way, eat the fat, and drink the sweet, and send portions unto them for whom nothing is prepared, for this day is holy unto our power. Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, neither be ye sorry. For the joy of the Most High is your strength. So the Levites stilled all the people, saying, hold your peace, be quiet, for this day is holy, neither be ye grieved. And all the people went their way to eat and to drink, and to send portions to help others, and to make great mirth, great happiness, because they had understood the words that were declared unto them. See? That's what this is about. So, you see, when they were preachers, they taught the law. And the people heard the law, and they changed. That's why they was crying. But he said, hey, don't cry, this is a special day. This was a holy day of the feast of the blowing of the trumpets. So they ended, this is the 7th month here, they inside, you know, getting the sacrifices, getting everything ready for the temple. As they outside, they out on this day, they was out dealing with, teaching the people on the street the law of the Most High. What's the point of you out there, you got our people in front of you, and They come not knowing the law, and they leave not knowing the law. So therefore, how they closer to the Most High? We said, for this is love of the Most High in 1 John 5:3, that we love the Most High and keep his commandments, and the commandments are not grievous. Myself Shai even said in 2 John 14:15, if you love me, keep my commandments, do my laws, keep my laws. Did he break the laws of the Most High? No. So here we are, in this day and age, you can do whatever you want to do. You still got a religious type of mindset. Like the Most High gonna forgive you. That mercy and grace being lifted up, y'all. As you hear my voice, I'm telling you that mercy and grace that we under is being lifted up, and the Most High said, you're going to seek his face? In your affliction, he said, you're going to seek me early. And then they're going to seek him early and not going to find him, he said. How about that? He said, when you come there, you try to fear him. He said, he's going to mock and laugh at you because you ain't fearing him now. You think you can do whatever you want to do? You think the Most High don't see what you're doing? He see with everything that we do. And it's being recorded in the books. And some angels always reporting your thoughts.